Welcome back to The Echo Before the Applause, where we dive into the lives, processes, and projects of today's composers.
We're not just talking about finished pieces, we're talking about the messy drafts, the late nights, the doubts, and the breakthroughs.
Today, we have Tyler Carroll. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Well, first of all, what's up? It's good to see y'all. I'm Tyler. Obviously, like Sarah just said, I'm a percussionist at UAB, along with a couple other previous guests y'all have had on the show. Like I said, I'm a percussionist. I'm currently going into my fourth year over there. I've been doing compositions for different places that I've taught. I've done arrangements for some of the several different groups at UAB that I've been a part of, including the percussion ensemble. I've had a couple of my pieces performed and one recorded. So yeah, that's pretty much off the dome, I think.
A funny story is I actually did not know I recorded one of your pieces. I was helping out a friend, and I realized I actually recorded one of your compositions, and it was really pretty. Can you remind me the name of the piece?
It is called Vanta. It's a marimba solo. It's a 4 1/3 marimba solo. It's written for beginners. It was. Do you want me to kind of go into detail about it?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, sweet. So whenever it was my freshman year in the spring, and I needed a job. Obviously, I got a job at this place called Scrollworks. It was located in downtown Birmingham at a St. Paul United Methodist, I believe. They're not located there anymore due to some stuff that happened with funding getting cut because of some different things happening in the government. But so one of my duties over the summer was there was an event that they held for bringing out local high school music students to hear some of the teachers that were part of Scrollworks, their ideas on composition. And up to that point, I hadn't really been too deep into composition. I knew I wanted to try it, but I had really no idea what I was going to do. But I told them I was going to do an original piece, so I just sat down one day in front of a 4/3 in a practice room for about 4 or 5 hours and plunked the thing out. I believe it's around 2 minutes 13 seconds or something like that. It was inspired by some of the stuff that I played before. Main thing is that it's written on almost all the black keys, so there's one natural note in the entire piece, and so I'm not really good with coming up with backstories for pieces or coming up with reasonings. Some of the stuff I hear about different composers, their writing is it's so deep behind David Maslanka stuff, Crown of Thorns. If you read the description for his percussion ensemble piece, Crown of Thorns, it is you are listening to you are reading some insanely deep book. It's awesome. I'm not good at that. So I was it's written on all the black keys. I saw this thing on Instagram where they were putting this new type of black on a car called Vanta black. So Vanta, that's what it is. I'm calling it Vanta. And I dished it out, or I gave it to the head of the organization 2 days before I had to perform it, and I gave pretty much the same talk I'm giving you guys right now.
I mean, some pieces, they for me personally, some pieces have a really deep emotional connection and stuff.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, and some other pieces, they're just what I call sound pretty pieces, or
sure.
sad pretty pieces, things that just sound good and should exist in the world, just exist. But yeah, when we were recording that piece, I thought it sounded absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And I was like, who made this?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, and then your name got mentioned a bit, and then I think I forgot about it, and then we saw each other in the hallway, and I was like, but I gotta run.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, me and you didn't really ever talk much at UAB. Now, I'm also just going to go, and I'm really glad to be here. I'm happy to be here. This is awesome. Crystal, the person who played my piece on that recording, she was so awesome. I can't remember where she heard me play it. I believe it was in one of our percussion studio things where we were kind of just kind of showing either something we were working on or something we did. And I was I wrote this over the summer for Scrollworks, and Crystal was like, can I play that for something? And I was like, yeah, man, definitely.
She had a creative vision for what that video wanted to look like. I was kind of her she had to play it, of course, but I was kind of the director who like switched the cameras and hooked up the microphones and had everything. And she was like, I want it this way. Sarah, make it this way or else. And I was like, okay.
I'll have to thank her for her specificity. She was awesome throughout that whole process. I originally, whenever I first did that piece, I recorded it myself with a good friend, first guest of the show, Noah Boggin. He recorded it for me down there in the recital hall. It was awesome. And kind of a funny story. I think like one of the I've had a couple people reach out to me to play it. I've like Noah kind of helped me figure out how to make it look good in MuseScore because I don't use anything else, unfortunately. But like, so he helped me kind of get in order for these other things. And I remember I missed a comment on a different YouTube short that I did from a different piece that I played, where they asked me for if they could purchase a copy of Vanta, and they're based in like Australia or something like that. And I was like, this person wants to buy my music. I have like
and play it.
Yeah. But I missed the comment by like days. Oh. And so I responded to it and I just haven't heard anything back since then. But you know, it happens.
It does happen. Yeah. I recently got commissioned for some compositions, and I never had that happen before, so I didn't know, like, you actually, when I sell the composition, I have to put commissioned by Oboe Intensive Camp. Shout out to Oboe Intensive Camp.
Shout out.
They're great. If you're an oboist, highly recommend you go. If you're in Birmingham, highly recommend, because they kind of just teach oboe all the time. So it's an oboe camp and stuff. So they commissioned me to make compositions, but I didn't realize I needed to put that underneath like the title. And so they were like, hey, before you like publish this, make sure you do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that.
Yeah. I've been more into arranging in like total, I guess, than composing. Like I've tried to work closely with the different groups that I've been a part of, like, and a couple different high schools that I've helped out with. Of like, I did a. No, you're all good. I've done a couple like arrangements of like pop music, like Billie Eilish song, and all that stuff. But one of them I was commissioned to do by Gardendale High School. You would consider it a commission. I was just kind of like, hey, you mind doing this for me? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that for you. I'll come out and see y'all play it or something. Never ended up getting played due to like percussion ensemble issues that semester, but I'm going to be doing it with the UAB group in the fall, so it all comes back around. It's all good.
Arrangements are so weird to me because I think
Dorian shot you a dirty look.
Listen, what I mean by that,
it was not dirty.
What I mean by that is, like, recently I had someone reach out to me and was like, can you take this song and arrange it for a piano and lyric reduction? I tried my best.
Oh, dude.
And I told that person, I cannot do this. I do not have the skills to pay the bills on that. I tried every software. I tried everything to help me out. I tried singing off the melody and like trying to put it in the piano. I don't know if it was just because it was a very complicated piece. I don't know if it's because I just do not have that skill. But like in oral skills, like they teach you kind of how to do that. And like orchestration, which I don't know if you'll ever have to take, but in orchestration, probably.
We'll probably be in the same class.
Oh man. I'm gonna be in class getting shown up by Dorian every time. That's wild.
Nope, no.
I will be. That's true.
Arrangement into like taking a piano piece and turning it into an orchestra. I can do that. That's written.
Yeah.
But taking something that's not written down, like if you took a Billie Eilish song and you just have the music and the lyrics and you have to piano reduction that, I can't do that without the notes already there in like a simple kind of format layout. I couldn't do it. I think I was sending you messages when I was freaking stuck.
Yeah, I was in a 5 below while you were sending me this.
What best ways to be for that? Yeah,
I was in a 5 below.
I can't.
In like 2 cities out of Birmingham, getting it. I was like, what?
If you don't mind, what piece was it that you were trying to?
Okay. Let me oh man, what was it?
I forgot. It was like a country.
It was a country
song.
a country rock song, yeah.
For piano and voice reduction.
I tried everything. I forgot what it was called.
I can look. But when you mentioned like if you can't, I didn't mean. I wasn't trying to give you a dirty look. It was more confusion because when it really wasn't. Trust me, it was not. It was not. But when you mentioned like if it's not out there for you, like the notes and everything written, is that what you're meaning?
Like if the notes are there, I can arrange it for an orchestra. I can arrange it for anything else. If the notes are there, I can do it.
It's always easier to add than like take away stuff because like if you have the fully constructed like song already, then it feels like it's kind of tougher to do a simpler version of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Good example of this is that this is super silly. Oboe Intensive Camp also commissioned another person to do a bunch of Wicked songs.
For like
oboes.
Oboe and piano
English,
or
oboe and English horn. That's
okay.
it.
Sweet.
So there were 4 oboe parts, 2 English horn parts.
I see.
And it was a group of 50 oboes.
I see.
Whoa.
So the composer had to do 4 oboe parts, 2 English horn parts, with the idea of 50 oboes would be playing it.
Mm-hmm. For Wicked.
For Wicked.
Yep.
Let's just say it did not. It sounded like Wicked, but it wasn't really Wicked. If you get what I mean.
No,
like
I get what you're saying.
It had to be changed, and it's because like a lot of pop songs, like, you know, I guess is Wicked considered a pop song? I always consider it a musical.
It's like musical, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I need to. Though anyone listening, do not come at me.
Now I'm
I have
giving
not
you the
seen
side
it.
eye.
The movie.
Yeah, neither one. I haven't
I've
seen
actually
it. Nor
watched-
the original musical.
I've watched the original musical, fantastic, and I've
Yeah.
watched the movie, also fantastic.
I need to. Okay,
Awesome.
I need to. All right. I had to sit on myself for a second because you were like, "This is really hard. I don't know what I'm doing." And I remember the exact night I took a pop song that I liked. It was called "Filter" by Jimin. I found over months ago, actually. And I sat down and I was able to make a piano reduction of it by just spamming the same song over and over again. And I have it, and I kind of added soprano alto voices because I heard splits. I heard found out it was a fourth. There was like a fourth split somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was able to figure that out. That's why when I wasn't a side eye, it was more of confusion. Like, wait, it's hard.
Well, okay, I think for that song particular, like.
That's why I was mentioning, like, when you try to focus, I say emphasis on try because it's hard usually. Usually it's hard to try to focus on melody and then try to pinpoint one instrument, try to see what they're doing.
I could get the melody down. I got all the chord progressions down. I got the chord progressions of the melody. It was when I was taking the melody and putting it into piano where I started to struggle the most. And at some point, I felt like a piano reduction because I got into as you may know, my boyfriend is a somewhat percussionist.
Yeah.
I was getting into an argument with him saying like he wants a piano reduction, and he was like, does he want a simple piano reduction? Like it's very simple and not, because you can arrange music in many different ways. So I was trying to do as close to the original as possible.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
And so I got confused on the assignment, and so I just had to tell him at the time, because I was like, I can't do this. I have other things I think I want to do more. I'm sorry. And he was really nice about it. But yes, in my eyes, taking a pop song and arranging it into a different like format or composition is hard, at least in my eyes.
Okay.
I just can't, without a sheet of music there, it's hard for me to translate. Really weird. I don't know.
That's fair.
Okay. It's fair.
So arranging is like a whole
Yeah,
other ballpark.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It is. Because from writing your own thing, it's like you can just do whatever. It's your piece. Whereas arranging, you kind of have a parameter set by the original piece that you're working with. You have a little artistic license as to what you want to do because it's an arrangement. It's not a direct copy that you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to make it noticeable and not be like, oh, this is arranged by this. And they're like, if someone listens to be like, what? Be confused, wondering, are you sure this is a song you're trying to arrange? Because this was not it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you know Roy Hargrove stuff, Dorian?
Kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah. So I did an arrangement of Strasbourg Saint Denis. It was off the album Ear Food, I think, back in the day. Back in the day, I say as if Roy Hargrove was like a really old artist or something like that. Like he did like it was like it's a little funky piece. It sounds really cool. And it was originally I wanted to do it for Gardendale High School. And
oh yeah, I remember you showing me that.
And then I did stuff didn't end up working out with them. I talked to the professor of our like secondary percussion ensemble and was like, hey, here's the arrangement, give me some notes, and do you think that there's any possibility that I could work this with the group in the fall to see how it goes? Like, because I remember there was some stuff in there, like since it was originally written for a high school group, like writing for high school groups in Alabama, I'm gonna be so for real, it feels like you don't know what you're getting. Like
it's like a gamble.
I did work with the kids, and so I knew kind of who I was thinking of each different part if it ended up working out. Like, but there was like some of them keyboard parts are tough to the point where I know the kids will practice them and it will hopefully be good. Mm-hmm. And then like I know that like some kids will really, really struggle with it, and so I just made like a timpani part, like maybe a total of 3 different notes for the entire thing, and he was like, that ain't gonna work. Please write something a little bit tougher for these college students.
Like, for when I was composing for oboe camp, they had me do at different levels, like beginner, people who have been playing for 1 year, 2 years. I think there was a 5-year one, college level, expert level. I think I'm thinking about it, but I thought I wrote something for beginner. Mm-hmm. Apparently wrote it for 2-year students. So that backfired. And then I thought I wrote something for college level. Found out it was for probably expert. But they only have a week of practice. And it's about a 45-minute practice a day where they can do that. So it was really hard to figure out how fast people can learn a composition in 45 minutes a day. And so doing the levels was a little weird. It was my first time. So I can understand like writing something that was supposed to be simple and then people were like, okay, wait, make this a little bit more complicated. Because that has happened to me. The funny thing is, though, is she didn't want me to change anything. She was like, just keep it the way it is. Try to write another composition. So,
yeah. When it comes to arranging, when you mentioned like your oboe the oboe intensive camp, it reminded me of the very first. It was right, the very first time I did an arrangement. No, those were transcriptions. No, yeah, the very first time I ever did an arrangement. It was a challenge to listeners. If you want to do this, you can, but it's really challenging. Well, I took 2 songs and I made them into a jazz piece and combined the 2.
I think I was there for that.
I think you were too. That crazy thing I did.
And I'll tell y'all right now, it sounded dope. Like it did sound dope.
It was all because of 2 Instagram reels. That's what did over the summer.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a clarinetist playing. I could say the names of these songs because shout out to Nintendo for this one. Screwbot Factory. A clarinetist did a transcription and played it. And I heard a saxophone. Some guy on a saxophone, 4 parts, did the exact same thing next. And then I was like, okay, lit. I was trying to figure out something else, and I was like, I wanted to do an arrangement with that just for beside itself. And then I found 2 days later some woman, I don't know what it was. It was like a song by a group called TVXQ back in 2000s. And it was that song playing over and over again, the main chorus. And it just started, it was an earworm immediately for me. I was like, this is kind of lit. Wait, what is this song? And I listened to it and I was like, those kind of fit. I was like, you know what? What if I just smush them together? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That happened, and the challenging part was the chords because I had to change. I found out both songs, 2 different keys, had to change one of them to fit into the other, and then had some weird chord issues where the dominant parts, the dominant chord, where it wasn't really matching. I had to get help from my professors.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me out, got that smoothened out, and it had to readjust things. So it was too long. I have a tendency to make pieces very long, so that was it. So now it's just like in my repertoire, be like, if you want to listen to it, you can. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a. I'm not sure if I'm going to edit it some more now, but I'm just like, I'm proud of it, but I don't know.
No, yeah, like, I've had a thought about it of like it specifically thinking about composing stuff. I've realized me and Dorian just completed music theory. By God,
You survived.
we did.
That third one was hard, but overall, kind of enjoyable. Would I do it again? Probably not. But
absolutely not.
I'm probably not gonna do it again.
I mean, I know I'm probably gonna have to do some more theory whenever I get some more degrees, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I know for sure. Like, I was thinking, I don't ever really. This is gonna sound really dumb. I know somebody's gonna be like, well, actually, you do. Like, I don't think about theory whenever I write stuff. I'm not really the biggest thought about like the specific techniques and things that are used. I know that the reason that theory exists is to identify all the techniques that are used, like, typically, but like I often am just like, for me, it's like a sound in my head that I know I want the thing to make, and I just have to figure out what the notes are until it makes the sound.
Yeah, you and me are very similar on that. I kind of use music theory, especially with those oboe quartets, because there it's just like, well, what's gonna sound good? But like when I'm composing, I usually just kind of hear it in my head and I just put it on paper.
Yeah, like whenever I say like I'm not using music theory, I think I'm more so mean of like I'm not checking my theory, my tonal harmony, looking for specific techniques.
Okay. I'm not checking for parallel fifths.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put some parallel fifths in there now that I can. I'll do it on purpose now.
I mean, who's going to?
Who will tell me no?
Exactly.
No one can tell me no.
Yeah,
no one can take 10 points off my test now.
Exactly. I had someone come up to me and say, "You cannot compose without music theory," and I literally looked dead in their eyes and said, "Go tell 13-year-old me that I couldn't compose because I got one of my orchestras performed one of my compositions. I knew nothing about music theory, nothing about orchestration, and somehow that thing got composed."
Oh, Vanta was whenever I was a freshman. I hadn't started theory yet.
I don't understand this whole thing where you have to know music theory to compose. I think if you want to compose, just start learning just composing and finding
learn how
things.
the different instruments work.
Yeah, learn the different instruments. First of all, give the violin slurs. Don't always have them bow every single time like I did.
How many retakes you put on that page, Sarah?
Man, I love Familia. It was my first composition for orchestration, and I look back at it now thinking if I knew, I would have changed some things. I was using MuseScore at the time, so that was a long time ago. This was when MuseScore 3 was out.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and then when they changed it, I got really angry and decided to never use MuseScore again.
I vow it. I swear, I will never ever use MuseScore again. Never.
Sorry, I'm a MuseScore blazer. I like the 4. Ever since they updated it for my ear, specifically for my ears. Yeah. I hated the old instruments, but I was like, I'm gonna deal with this because it's all I can afford.
Oh,
as soon as they changed it to 4, and I actually heard it, I was like,
oh no! Like thankfully. So far, I haven't had to get into any like super duper crazy techniques like that would require me to delve into the software that much. Most of the time, I could do the same stuff I do on MuseScore on Sibelius easily.
That was
me over here is a full Sibelius supporter here.
And Sibelius stuff probably goes better just in general because working with Noah, I have he's taught me a few techniques to make MuseScore not look like MuseScore, like making it look like more of a professional sheet music type thing. But like,
Show me that one of these days.
text him. He will give
That's
you
so
like
true.
a PowerPoint presentation on it.
I may have to give the paramedics because I cannot take my laptop out the house now. I cannot. No.
Yeah, like, I guess like Noah is kind of like one of my cornerstones of like my music life. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't checked out the Noah episode quite yet. But he, like, I know that he was, if I had to make a guess about what he was like while he was on the show, was he talking about a lot of the stuff that he listened to and really loved. And
I think one of the things that his episode really came around to was what his projects were.
yeah.
And one of the projects we had talked about, we got to see it before it was released. And then
It was the Wind Symphony thing, right? Or
No, it
No.
had dealt with animation.
it had an animation.
Yes,
It was
yeah,
released
yeah.
though, wasn't it?
yeah, I know that it was set to release over summer. It was set to release over the summer.
Because I
stuff,
think UAB got a
'cause
private.
That show is like now. He played it at his senior recital.
Yeah,
or
that's
his
what I thought.
composition recital. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that's what it was that he played it. I missed it completely. I had no idea.
I did
but
not know what was happening when I saw his Instagram story day after, and I had something else going on that exact same day. I was like,
Man, yeah, I was exactly the
I was
same
so
way.
sad. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I played a couple pieces on it. It was a great time. Noah also, like, it was such a passion project, I feel, for him, of like, because he often, I don't think he talks about it much. He has like some other music that he's just been making music like through different softwares and things like that for so long now. Like that I can ask him to write me a piece and he can crank one out like in like maybe a couple days. Like he's always like been the guy that I go to on that.
Yeah, when we were talking about how fast he writes compositions, he said it takes him at least, he tries to do a week. I think that's what, am I right?
I think so.
He was fast.
He was fat. He is fat.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta...
And I can tell you exactly why,
Catch up.
because Noah does that like as his fun thing. Like how, like, I go home and play video games.
Yeah, me too. Welcome to the video game
Yeah,
world.
exactly. Like I go home and play video games. I go home watch anime. I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen with my partner yesterday.
I need to finish.
I finished the
Oh.
second season. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
did the second season come out, or did I already watch
the third season came out recently.
Oh, I
the
already
most
watched
recent
it then.
one,
Oh, I
yeah.
am so behind. Dang.
I'm not that
I don't
behind.
care about the spoilers with that
oh,
show, but
like-
it's okay.
Like Noah, instead of like going home watching shows like YouTube, anything like that, he does composition. He works on stuff that like either he's slated to do in the long run, he's been like, or that he just is interested in working on. Like I remember and this was whenever he was swamped with stuff like that. He was so busy with doing a lot of other different projects. I had him complete an arrangement for me because I was swamped with music theory stuff at the time to complete it, and he finished the arrangement. It was a Gershwin piece and we did it for vibraphone and piano, and he did it. God, it was not a long time. It was like maybe a week.
Yeah, from what I know, he said that he kind of does compositions really quickly, and I'm the one who I think I can. I mean, that one time I did the oboe thing, it was a whole month, and so that was a week for each composition. So I was able to get there, but those were really short. They were like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So for me, and I still had messes. I have to go back and finish them up because there were some like, oh well, there's an extra beat in this bar and it shouldn't be there, and I'm like, why is it there? The software shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. For me, I have to kind of view it as like a puzzle, like writing and arranging stuff. I kind of feel like I have to. I know I want to fit certain things in there, but I don't know how it's gonna work yet, and then I just have to like sit there and try out literally everything that I possibly can do to make that thing fit in there.
For me, when it comes my writing speed, it depends on what's going on with me during the time, what I'm doing, and if it's like for assignment or something. If it's just even, it is a lot of factors that play into it. Because for me, I'm medium fast. Like I can get one out really quickly, or I can be like meh with it, depending on what's going on. So, and when you mentioned the puzzle thing, especially when writing, you could y'all can laugh at me when I say this, but I, I also do art. Like I draw sometimes. So when I'm doing my own pieces, I see myself as like having a little blank canvas and a pencil in my hand. So I'm just sketching and doing my own drawing. Whereas if I'm doing an arrangement, which is rare now, which I still do it, just not as often, I think of it like fan art or something that you'll see online. So I'm just like, I like this so much, I want to make something similar to it, but it's still my thing, kind of.
The arrangement section of a music website is the Tumblr of.
Yeah.
My thing
Absolutely.
is like talking about like dedication. Like Noah has a lot of dedication to music, and composition and arranging and stuff, and I understand that. But I have so many hobbies, and you kind of got on a couple. Like I have video games and anime, and those things inspire me to compose. So losing those would kind of make me upset because I wouldn't have as much inspiration, especially video games, because I really want to go in the market.
Oh yeah, that it sounds like such a fun thing to do. Of like doing, like, I have, you said that stuff inspires you to compose. All of my composition ideas or projects that I'm like working on are in my notes app, literally just right there. I have so many different pieces, like emojis for what I'm working on.
I may need to adopt that system.
So I won't even. I want to like mention this, but because I think it would be really fun. But there's a composition idea that I kind of got from Price, not completely. I kind of made it up myself, but he kind of stuck the idea in my head.
Yeah.
A board game composition where you first play a board game, and then every single thing, that item of that board game represents some kind of musical note or like beat or something like that. And so one of my ideas was to play a board game, record it, make rules for what would go into the composition. Yeah. And I was like, that would be so interesting and so cool, because it would probably work and not work at the same time. But it's just like, speaking about,
it's one of those things that's like where it's more about the concept of the thing than actually like what the music sounds like.
More like concept of the thing. But like speaking about like hobbies and stuff, how do you balance everything? Because like one of the things I'm having a hard time with now that I'm out of school, like I have my own job, and then I have supposed composition time, and then after like dinner is kind of like when I spend my free time. But like you just said, like with Noah, it's every day, every second, supposedly, right?
Oh, I mean, like, and he also like he's just a project man. He will like split up days of like working on different projects for sure. Like if he's working on like a composition for something, that's what he does. Like whenever he did the thing for the Wind Symphony, he was I remember him posting on like his Instagram thing, like about like how he was like up really late at night on MuseScore trying to even everything out and make sure everything was nice and good looking for the ensemble. And like for me, I'll kind of take the most recent thing as an example. I'm currently working on a composition for my partner. They're doing a show in the spring. They're a French horn player, so I'm working on a vibraphone and French horn duo.
Okay,
and it's like it's called Time with Vulcan, because it's about whenever in kind of a rougher time for the two of us, we oftentimes hung out over at Vulcan because it's cool. You got a good view of the city. It's really cool. So like it's mainly just like I hang out with a lot of people. I do trivia on Mondays. I go climbing on Friday nights.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to get through Baldur's Gate 3 with one of my buddies right now.
Let's
go.
I need to. Let's go.
Man, I need to get back into
like
it.
and
Oof.
I have to kind of I've come to the thought of like I at some points of the composition or the thing I'm working on, I totally love doing it. Like whenever I was working on the Strasbourg Saint Denis arrangement, I had a blast the entire time I was doing it because I love the music and it sounds good. Like, and I love trying like the different ideas on it and seeing what everything sounds like for my like for like my ensemble type thing and seeing how I can add some of my own specific things into the equation and see how they go. Like there's been times whenever like it felt like a composition was straight up work. Like whenever I was just like this feels like an assignment from class that I just do not want to do, but I have to do it for a grade. Like there was a couple like that one of them theory assignments. Oh buddy.
You're talking about the one where you use the diagram and stuff?
Kind of one of those. Like
was it theory 4?
Yes, it was
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It was a couple of the things in theory 4 that kind of just felt like work because it wasn't this thing inspires you or what this thing is about. It gave you a motif and you got to do something with it. Like
Weirdly enough, I find after this whole discussion, I find out I'm kind of like we mentioned. You don't think about theory. I'm kind of the opposite, where I will admit I used to not think about theory when I first started because I won like 3rd place in a competition with a bronze medal with it. that was crazy. I don't have that piece now, thank goodness. Well, it's not thank goodness, but
thank goodness it's gone. It's
Jeez,
nowhere on the record anymore.
But it's a lost thing because I don't have the account anymore. It was like from my old school years ago. But now it's like I tend to overthink, so I have to literally tell my brain to shut up with theory and just write something. Because I'm doing that over the summer right now. Like I'm going back to I like to call my roots per se because my very first thing that I've actually released, not fully yet, where I'm not going to say much about that one, but my very first composition I played and premiered myself was an actual waltz based off of like Shostakovich and Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
That was my very first one, and that's like the most easiest thing for me to do, and I enjoy it. So now I'm like doing it again, and I tell myself just write what you want to do. And I already had like a piano sketch, the sketch of it. And what it is now is split. Now it's currently split into a string ensemble because I feel like it'd be better for a string ensemble. But what was I talking? What were we talking about?
No,
Okay,
you're totally good. Like the kind of you said you were originally talking about like how I don't really think about theory that much. You did a piece that won 3rd place in the competition. You think I got rid of it?
Yeah, that something like that where I wasn't, and now ever since taking music theory, it's like ever since I've been taking music theory since 7th grade. So it's been ingrained for years. So actually, I kid you not, it's been That's why I skipped all the way. I didn't have to do music fundamentals because of my past school did it. I had that credit and it pushed me to Theory 1. That's how I was with your class the whole time. Because in truth, I probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah, like like the stuff that I'm doing right now. I enjoy doing it. It like because with the composition stuff, you can kind of since you kind of have free reign over it, you can include ideas that you have. Like I oftentimes will just play on an instrument and see like what feels good. I've been really into like Michael Burritt style techniques, like on marimba and vibraphone. We recently released a recording of White Pines, the UAB percussion ensemble did. If you want to plug that, plug that. But like some of the stuff is just like kind of not samba like in way, but it is like it's like a guitar riff kind of thing where it is heavy motion. It's heavy. It's like it's groovy. It's a lot of different things that makes whatever you have above it sit like it's kind of just flying. It feels like it's moving along really fast, but it's not really that crazy. I'm doing some of that stuff on vibraphone, which is a little bit new to me right now because I usually am just like doing jazzy stuff on vibraphone or like maybe I've played a couple classical solos on it, but like it feels really, it's also feels really cool to see kind of how the stuff works with French horn, because vibe and French horn kind of sit in a similar range. Noah was telling me like, I don't know about that one, Tyler. They sit really close in range. You got to be careful about writing that stuff. And I was like, listen, this is like, I don't want to. Whenever we write for percussion, we also think about equipment stuff a lot, because to tell y'all like kind of the process of going through percussion things, whenever a marimba is involved in the equation at all, for specifically, this is just UAB. If you go to a college where you have a freight elevator, first of all, I hate you. But second of all, this is just because we don't have a freight elevator. We have to take it apart, put it on a cart, carry it down there, like along with just all of our own equipment and mallets and stuff. And depends on if we memorized it too. So we got to bring a stand maybe, like, and I don't know if y'all know this about like percussion / keyboard instruments. We can't necessarily look at the music while playing, because it's a big old thing that we gotta hit specific targets.
Yeah.
So like
Piano, since I'm taking piano lessons again, it's like kind of similar. So I'm kind of understanding as to why most pianists memorize their music. Because it's like you can't be doing this unless you really know.
And a lot of
everything is.
there's in like a lot of pianists I know like that at some point they just get it under their hands really well, and they know like kind of how the feeling works, like because once muscle memory kicks in, you got it perfectly fine. And that's kind of how it feels for some of the stuff in like mallet percussion. Like you like, I forget which WGI group it was this year. They did a whole section of a thing where they were playing like really hard like green scale versions while in the show, while they were just staring up at the box. And it was really cool. But like, and there's a school of marimba and vibraphone players that like specifically try to read music while playing, like, you know, sight reading obviously, but like do that all the time. Like whereas like because the instrument is just so large, and you are like people who have it so well under their hands, they don't really have to look at the board while they're playing. At some point, you know, it's just like whenever you get to that level of, I guess, virtuosity, it's so insane.
I want to ask, when you mentioned marimba, I've always noticed that most pieces that y'all have, special recitals, and even back in high school when I watched marimba players play this, they'll have the 2 mallets per hand, or sometimes 3.
Yes,
I've seen someone do 4 per hand. So I'm just like, I have seen that before.
I've not seen 4 per hand. I've seen 2 on each hand.
Four is not a four. I actually don't hear about that one that 4? Much.
It's been years. I was at a Sanford summer. It was at a Sanford band camp. It was either 2, 3, or 4. Either way.
Usually we maximum do 3. Like,
it's probably 3 then.
Yeah,
it's probably 3 I was thinking of. But
yeah, like
how does that work?
So it's a kind of like, because I remember it might have been before we started recording, but I was talking to Sarah earlier. Like whenever I did the thing for Crystal, I had to kind of make sure it worked with the way that she plays, because she plays with a Burton style grip, which is a different kind of grip thing in the family. Like we have different things that work for like marimba stuff is kind of you're not really playing as many I guess this is wrong in specific cases. You're not playing as many like specific block chords, or like some of the techniques that you would use on marimba require less of like maybe hitting certain things in combinations where it would be easier to do certain grips. Like you often have to stretch farther for different intervals on the marimba, so we use an independent grip where it's like one thing go right here, the other thing goes right here, the mallets don't touch. Cross grip was invented by jazz vibraphonist Gary Burton.
One thing goes between the thumb and your...
Yeah, like how you would typically kind of how you would typically more so hold a mallet, except it's the mallet is like leaning that way, and so the other mallet hands like this.
Hands straight. Okay, yeah.
Yep. I always, if I had a pair of mallets, I could definitely do it way easier. Bottom of the inner mallet goes right here.
On the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And then towards your thumb. What is this called? An index finger?
Yeah, pointer finger, index finger.
Because we don't have video, I'm trying to
No,
describe it.
So
now, thumb
and I will say
finger.
to the listeners here, you should probably go watch a video tutorial.
Yeah.
I probably.
I remember because my boyfriend, he is a percussionist, and so when I was talking to him about I had a marimba piece, and I was like, so you can use 2 mallets on each hand. He goes, yes.
Oftentimes it's a non-issue. Like,
but the question was like,
Yeah.
do you do that? Do you do that like because you're doing chords, or do you the percussionist get to decide if it's 2 mallets or 1 mallet or 3?
How does that
Like how does that work?
it depends on the music. Like, because a lot of times we are 4 mallet marimba is almost like specifically a like orchestral thing that is like occasionally used, like it's mostly used in solo playing. I think like there's a lot of marimba concertos now, like a lot of them use 4 mallet because it's an advanced technique, like, and there's just several ways to tackle it, like the different grip styles and all that stuff. It's just different ways to go about it. Like if you were looking at like if you're looking at something where you have to play minimum 3 notes at a single time, yeah, you probably got to use 4 mallet. Like,
but like if there's just like a single line, how would you like? Okay, so for example,
Yeah.
your piece that Crystal played.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there were notes where they weren't all played at the same time, and then there were some notes that were all played at the same time. So the question is, like, as a composer side, how would we convey to you, or would you just decide how many mallets to use? Because that's the question I have. Because it's like, I'm gonna give you a piece, you're gonna be like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, why?
No, yeah. So for starters, a lot of our stuff is like practicality. Like we often will kind of look at the entirety of the thing and see where we can like make changes. Kind of like we write kind of, I guess it's the equivalent of stage directions, if you would say.
Yeah.
We have to there are certain sections that are easier to play with 4 mallets. Like for example, in Vanta, if the opening section is a chorale, so chorales on marimba are typically done with 4 mallets because you can have 4 different voices happening at the same time, and it's all 4 mallets rolling at the same time typically. And so like dead ringer, you got to use 4 mallets. Like and so some of the stuff later in the piece, you could, like, there's a boga da da booga dooga, like you could theoretically use 2 mallets there, but what it would do is it would add you having to remove 2 mallets from your grip setup, kind of thing going on. Like, you have to drop 2 mallets like on a stand or something like that to play that section with 2 mallets, and then you have to pick up the mallets back up to do the other thing. So it's kind of practicality.
So is it annoying when you get a composition and it's like, oh, I could play this with 2 mallets, but in this one section, I have to play it with 4? Like,
yes, there are parts where you do have to play like 2 mallet type sections with 4 mallets.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of a thing for us that we've gotten. It's less of a I'm darn upset about it, like, because I saw it, or less thing like that. It's more of a I would rather do it this way than the other way. It's not necessarily like a makes us upset thing. It's more of a, this is more convenient to me to play this thing.
Okay.
And often a lot of times we won't unless we absolutely have to for the section, like, or if it's just like a really extended section and you have space to pick up 2 more mallets, or if you have to make a mallet change because like, you know, you want different interpretations, articulations, all that good stuff. Like, there's so many different mallets that we can use. Like,
oh my gosh, when I created my bassoon and percussion piece, I remember he was like, okay, so what kind of mallets do you want to use? I'm like, what are the different mallets? And I still didn't find them all. I think the only ones I found was the ones with the yarn,
Yeah, so
right? And then there's the hard ball one.
yeah, so marimba mallets are typically yarn, where and they at the hardness of it is determined by the core of it, usually, and so it'll be like a hard rubber core or a hard wood core and really wrapped in the yarn, so it's not obviously damaging the keys,
Right.
or but it gives a articulate sound. Or you can have a softer mallet where you don't really need a lot of articulation. Vanta is played with more so a medium mallet, softer than usual. Whenever I recorded mine, not on the video but with the audio, I recorded it with 3 medium mallets in my first, second, and third, and my fourth was a medium hard mallet, specifically for the final note of the piece, because it's in I think it's the top F sharp on the marimba, and I couldn't really get it to speak that well with a medium or with a softer mallet, so I just put it on there, and it made some of the melody notes come out a little bit better in the main piece anyways. So it kind of just sometimes composers we'll just kind of write it, and we have to our job is to kind of figure out how to use our equipment to make it work the best.
So it's interesting, and I'm sorry I'm taking up all the questions, Dorian.
You're good.
So it's interesting that you say that, because my professor, who was my when I did composition with him, he wanted me to be very specific with the percussion instruments because he was a percussionist. I'm I don't know how to write for percussion. I'm really bad at it. And so marimba was it wasn't a mystery, because it's kind of a mystery, honestly, because I don't know how far you can go with the mallets. How many notes in between?
The interval for 4 mallets?
Yeah.
So oh my gosh, we typically don't push past an octave in
you can
each
go
hand.
an octave?
Yes, that's
between two mallets.
There's a couple different techniques to do it.
Oh, right, because you have different hand positions.
Yeah. And it's not about the different hand positions. You can do it on either version of the 4 mallet thing. So but it's just there's different ways to make it happen. There's I think I have worked on a piece that required a 10th. I'm not quite sure. And sometimes whenever you have to do intervals where it's one natural and one accidental or something like that, there's weird ways you have to move your arms and stuff like that. But it's all just about we can go about an octave typically. That's what we can. That's kind of a you should probably be able to do this thing because a lot of things ask for it.
Okay.
When it comes to marimba, even though I haven't been able until now, haven't been able to find a marimba percussion player to help describe it. So the times, especially when I was in high school, so the time when I was kind of writing for marimba, I do have a marimba piece. It's in the basement, but I may pull it out later. But I kind of carried over my prior bare minimum piano knowledge and kind of copy pasted some of it over, the octave thing, some chords y'all, and I have a feeling y'all could probably do. So the octave may be larger, but I try to stay very small. Now the range of the instrument I forgot how big it was. So is it fair to kind of carry over some piano skills into
sometimes we can't, because piano you have 5 fingers, and usually you have 2 mallets in each hand, so it takes away a lot of things that you can do on piano of I have taken some pieces or some music from different things and made it work a little bit better for the different sticking patterns and all that stuff that you can do on it to make it work. But you can't play more than 4 notes at the same time, or you can't play more than 6 at the same time if you're holding 3. But you have to be careful about if you're writing this. this is like if you're writing like for some reason a cluster thing, like if you're writing a cluster of notes or something like that, it's a little bit weird for us because like we have to be able to hit like both keys at the same time. You have to rotate your hand or something like that. That's the only thing that can cause a potential issue, I think, at least. Yeah.
I remember times where seeing y'all perform, and I would see, like, you shift your body. Even it gets to the point sometimes I see you shift your whole body to get somewhere really quickly. It also remind me of that fun piece
called jumps.
Jumps.
If it's like a really 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 big, I know that's a common thing among other instruments too. If you have to do like a big jump between intervals of notes, but for us sometimes it quite literally it's just like you gotta take a big step to the left and get this low note.
Yes.
Like
me over here being like, what do you mean I gotta make a big jump? I don't jump at all. I took that so literally.
I was like, I just pressed the different keys. No,
I pressed different keys.
There's a couple things on marimba that I've done where I've had to like sit there and you have to just do it over and over and over again to get your bodies used to it. We have several different boards, but oftentimes we will practice on the same board the whole semester because there's like small differences between the boards of like how kind of if the keys are like angled. Marimbas, I'm sorry, we call them keyboards and sometimes boards.
Okay,
like,
I was
wait,
boards?
We're not known.
I'm saying buzzwords over here. Like sometimes like the keys are like maybe a little bit angled. Sometimes like there's like the spaces, the bars can be like wider or less wide. So it's like it's just what you want to get used to. You don't often want to play on the different keyboards like whenever you're practicing something that is like very 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 challenging because you want to be very used to how the thing feels and you don't want to have to make super adjustments all the time, like because micro adjustments really matter.
That makes sense.
Like my friend I won't say her name, but she plays marimba in our studio. She played a piece. I think it was a Mark Ford piece. It was either that or it was an Austin Keck piece that she played, where she had to hit some of the notes in the bottom register of the board and some of the notes in the higher register of the board, and she had to kind of like lower her whole body, and so she like I'm gonna get a little physical here. Hang on. We kind of just stand like shoulder width apart sometimes, like usually. She like twisted her knees and like just crouched down like a little squat and to hit those notes like out here, and it's so insane.
Like so uncomfortable and like
sometimes you are literally just down here. Like imagine if my phone is the keyboard, like you're this close to the board like to hit low notes. Like
do you get like back issues, like arm issues? Because like
back issues are from marching percussion.
It's marching band that kills me.
I wanted to ask about that anyway, because I remember talking to Noah about like front ensemble, and it was I was curious who at the time was going to do it because it was offered, but then I had to backpedal because I realized I'm going to be doing over the semester, and I realized it was going to go over my credit hours. It was not going to be good. I may have one or two breakdowns if I did that.
No,
but I'm trying to avoid that. Yeah. But one thing I remember him saying was like, since you're not a percussionist, do not keep you on marimba because that's like harder. And I was going to ask, like, for marching band, what is it like for marimba players? Can you mention how it's like higher difficulty? More...
So marimba techniques in marching band oftentimes like it's obviously based on the level of whatever happens. Like marimba stuff in marching band is like is encapsulated by the difficulties that they put in there are like runs, like chromatic runs, like any kind of like big like instrumental like kind of thing like that. That is what you kind of expect out of like to be. That's kind of the challenges that you could expect playing a marching band marimba part. Like there's like, and you have to make it work with the bigger ensemble that you're doing it as a part of. Like if you go watch marching band shows like that have a pit that sounds great, like a lot of times they are like either backing up the melody of the band, or they're kind of adding in their own thing as kind of like maybe a counter melody. Like sometimes there will be a section where they're just doing it by themselves. If you like check out like indoor drumline, it's the best example that you could see of like advanced marching band marimba, or just marching band front ensemble, like, because those guys are so insanely good at what they do. Like we have someone who is in like one of the premier groups that goes to UAB, and like I remember there are times whenever you walk up and you know that it's her practicing because of the specific metronome, like the way that she's practicing this stuff of like just repetition all the gosh
time.
diddly darn time. Like it's just over and over with these guys, and they're playing these crazy things, but they're tackling it so well that it's wild. Like in our pit at UAB, it's smaller this year, unfortunately, because of some, like, we just didn't have as many members this time around. Like but like their stuff is always really like marimbas are like, if you have like, you'll have like a typical part where it's like you are playing like chordy stuff, like kind of laying down like the kind of role that a guitar or piano would serve in like in an ensemble context, of like laying down the chord work of like your bass notes to get your stuff, not typically playing melody. You might hear vibraphones doing that in the pit, of like kind of backing melody up or providing like a backing type thing. Like I remember that I remember whenever I was in the pit at UAB it was a UAB 30th marching band reunion show or reunion show. I say it was like just the 30th anniversary. Like there were parts where the pit would like jump in on big giant moments, and then like some of the other times in the show they would like kind of give an interpretation on like maybe the groove that's kind of trying to be followed at the time. Like I played drum set, and so I was like playing drum setty stuff, and it was awesome. Like, but hearing them play their stuff was also always really, really cool. Like because it takes a lot of work to do it, but the people who play marimba and vibraphone in those settings don't often get a lot of time to practice, so they just get really good at sight reading. They get really good at
I was
the technique.
gonna ask about practicing marimba. Like, you can't take the instrument home like
Nope.
we can. So it's just like when you inevitably graduate and you want to practice or play on a marimba, what do you do? Do you go? Is there places for you to go? Or?
So obviously you can if you got the money, you can purchase your own instrument and like stuff like that. Like marimbas are wildly expensive. Like often I'm probably undershooting this. They're typically somewhere like above like 15 grand, like 20 grand for some of them. They're so wild. Like they're so wildly expensive because a lot of them marimbas are made with a now I think near extinct wood species called rosewood.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah. Okay, so I am a woodworker, so I do know a little bit of the extinction going on with rosewood.
Yeah.
And rosewood is now supposedly, you're not allowed to chop down any more rosewood because it is in the extinct area. So it's supposedly a federal law to chop down rosewood, but if you already have it, you can still make stuff with it.
Yeah.
And sell it.
Like it is and I won't like go on like a diss track here type thing or like I'm not putting out a hit piece or anything like that. A lot of drum corps, like rosewood is the best sounding wood. That's why a lot of people use it on like professional instruments. There are synthetic keys, which also do their job, and they have like they take wear and tear less hard. They're easier to maintain, and like drum corps and like marching bands, those groups, they go outside a lot, so obviously they will be facing the
elements.
The elements. Yeah,
I was curious about that, but too, Oh my gosh. I was curious about that too because I was like, every instrument out here is usually brass,
Hmm.
except for clarinets. Except for clarinet, saxophone, because they have one piece of a reed, but that's about it.
Hmm.
And then seeing marimba out there, I'm just like, yo, are those
Yeah.
gonna be okay?
Because like oboe, we're made out of what is that?
Grenadalia.
Grenadilla wood. Most of them are.
It's
But we
grenadilla.
used to be
I think it's grenadilla.
Grenadilla wood. But there used to be an oboe that was made out of rosewood.
Hmm.
They stopped selling them, of course, because
Yeah.
of extinction.
Hmm.
So like, we're not allowed to bring our oboes out because of the moisture, and that will lead to cracking. So how in the world do your marimbas not crack?
So, I think like the keys and stuff like maybe it may just be a little bit different because I'm not sure about like how it translates over between the stuff. Like I know for like the drum corps that use rosewood on their like typically if you're not like if you are a normal human being, you would not put you would not bring rosewood outside typically.
Okay.
You don't do that like because oftentimes there's not really a need to, and if you do like then it's not for a really long period of time. You don't then at that point you don't really have to worry about it. Like it's like so the marching bands and stuff, they use synthetic keys. Like there are drum corps that use rosewood for their instruments, like but they're they're outside all the time. They're in the heat. They're rehearsing in the sun like 8 or 9 hours a day, like, and so they have like practice sets of rosewood
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
keys and performance sets of rosewood keys.
That's insane.
Insane, like in like terrifyingly expensive. Some people, a lot of people, me, see it as wasteful, kind of like of the thing because the you're this isn't they care a lot about the sound, is the reasoning behind it, but there's you could be using synthetic and it would be just fine.
Wood oboe is very fragile. Like if any extreme heat, any extreme cold can lead the oboe to cracking.
Yeah.
And like I feel like rosewood is a little harder than the one that we'd mentioned before,
Yeah.
but it's still prone to cracking under moisture and heat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, clarinets are the same way because we're all. I looked it up for clarinet. We jump between grenadilla. I think I'm mispronouncing that, so don't diss me.
Grenadilla.
Grenadilla, boxwood, mopane, cocobolo, cocos,
Oh yeah,
kingwood.
cocobolo is another one. Oboe is kind of getting to the
Composite.
territory of other wood types because we're all like, grenadilla is so easily breakable with especially new made oboes. If it's an old oboe that's already had a crack in it, you're not gonna have it crack again. You'd have to be really bad treating with your oboe to have it crack again after the first crack. But
Yeah, seeing clarinets in marching band, especially after being a clarinet and learning about how much the wood still expands. Basically, our instrument is still alive. So, like, getting if it's too hot or too cold, any changes of temperature or just the humidity can like affect your playing and maybe even give you a crack. Just seeing a clarinet on the on the field. Ever since I learned that back in 7th or 8th grade, I think it was 7th grade. As soon as I learned about that, I was like very iffy, and even when I was always like, yeah, I'm not doing marching band unless you give me a plastic clarinet.
So the reason
I'm
why I
not.
felt like clarinet could be on the marching field is because a lot of clarinets are lined now with resin, a resin protective lining.
And there's also just they make a lot of plastic marimbas or plastic
clarinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I don't think I would trust giving like whenever I teach my own group at some point, I don't think I'm going to trust any of my kids with like a not plastic wood like woodwind instrument like a clarinet or an oboe or something like that for like
let me
get one for like $60 off of Amazon and it'll be okay.
If you're gonna talk about oboes and plastic oboes, I have to be the one who says, as a private teacher now to young students, there are good plastic oboes and there are bad plastic oboes. There are plastic oboes that will give you problems to the day you get them. I recommend every band director to get Fox plastic oboes.
Yeah.
That's what I started out on. I've had no problems with it. Any of the other brands, I really don't know much. I know there's one that the oboe group definitely does not recommend because it's just so problematic. I just don't remember their name.
I
Yeah.
forgot my plastic clarinet name. I think it was like a brand called Cielo. I got for like, it was back in when I was in elementary, and my dad got it for me years ago. But there were times that my clarinet was in the shop and I had a performance, so I had to, and I learned I had to literally get the instrument literally at least 48 hours before the actual day, just to get that thing used to the notes I had to play. Because if I had to go past a above the staff, it will not play it. I have to literally fuss at it, be like, "You're going to have to play this high C whether you like it or not." Because
you have to get the instrument used to playing the note.
Yes, I had to get it used to it before I had to perform it, because it was that bad. And I'm just like, yeah.
There are 3 different types of oboes, where one of them is like expert level. That's the one I have now, where you have the 3rd octave key and a like little tuning low note B flat key.
Yeah.
Then there's an intermedium where you don't have that 3rd octave key and you don't have that little tuning note at the bottom.
I remember this in class woodwinds.
Yeah, and then there's a lower one, and I always hate the lower one because it doesn't have a low B key, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's expected for us to play a low B flat. It's in our compositions all the time. Like, okay. So intermediate is where if you're gonna buy an oboe, that's where I'd go.
I think clarinet is like, I need to double check mine again. I cannot think of how mine is. I think it's in an intermediate class still, like intermediate, but also professionals use it as well because it's that brand. You could just, it's that versatile. But I know this advanced clarinets for B flat soprano. We have like 3 side keys, like a tree growing on the side of the clarinet, the way it's built, and we have like four padded keys that kind of sit like this. It's like 2 on top and 2 on the bottom at the very end. More of the higher grade ones have like an extra 5th one that sits on like the side, like kind of like this. For the viewers, like 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top, like that. And then there's for the right hand, on the right side of the instrument, for the left hand, really, when you play it, there's like a extra one on top of the 3 keys that's like sticking out. So it's like an alternate. I think I can go lower as well, but I think it's an alternate low E. That's like it's like for like professionals. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
I know you said you were thinking you were going to go into teaching like college, right?
I'd hope to, yeah.
Yeah, you hope to. If you do teach in high school or middle school, remember, if you take anything away from this conversation, remember the oboes really do need handmade reeds.
Yeah. Like, you got to contact your local reeds. Your local.
Or
we were told
online.
get them at your local, like your principal oboist for whatever symphony orchestra, because they usually have like a company or their own like thing of making them. Yeah.
Get them there. Sometimes people want to skip out on it. I have a student right now, and they were using a leftover arts reed that I had. I got it at Arts. It was like a manufactured reed. And they didn't sound that great, and I was like, wait, but I gave this guy a really high score because he sounded fantastic, and then I put a professional kind of reed, and I was like, oh, it was the reed's fault.
Yeah.
So it really drastically changes our performance. Not sure about clarinet.
It kind of does too, but you can get away with manufactured. Like,
you guys get handmade reeds?
I mean, you can technically. We don't really do handmade. We have specific brands. The biggest brand that doesn't matter where they start off with. I personally just like get the kids on a Van Doren reed at least. The cheap Ricos are good when you need a cheap one quickly, Rico and Juno. But honestly, they have like 2.5s.
I know the Van Doren did feel better than the other one I tried whenever I was in Woodwinds. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put the kiddos on Van Doren, please. Get them used to that one because it's really good.
I tried.
Yeah, that's not a clarinet talk here.
Yeah.
I'm like 10%. I'm 10% clarinetist.
Oh, really? So going back into like the composing aspect of your kind of life right now. What are the projects that you are currently working on? I think you already said.
Currently, yeah, I was primarily I'm working on two things. I'm doing the horn and vibraphone duet, and just checking over the arrangement that I've already completed for Strasbourg Saint Denis by Roy Hargrove, and I'm for the Strasbourg Saint Denis thing. Anyone listening, go check that out. It's off the album Ear Food. It's a great little tune. It's awesome. I'm basically what I've done is I've tried to take the original thing and just listen to different recordings of the song that how it was performed and just carry it over to percussion ensemble. There's some parts where like the main motif thing in that song is like the bass line, and there's a lot of times where they have the either the pianist like do a little chord version of it, or they have the bassist just play it by themselves. And there was like a lot of different processes going through it. Like one thing was I originally wanted there to be like a marimbist playing that bass line in the low octave of the marimba. Because there's different sizes. So I was saying earlier, Vanta is actually for a 4-octave marimba. You could play it on a 4-octave. I've played pieces that are on a 4 1/3. 4 1/3 goes down to a low A, which is like if you got a grand staff, A is like the bottom space. You know what I'm saying, in the bass clef. Yeah, like that's the lowest it'll go. And then the typical like professional instrument is a 5-octave where it goes down to the C below in the bass clef. Like so you have like that was kind of one of the issues I ran into for it, and so I just I just put it in different instruments, not all in low octaves, but I wanted it to be a continuing thing that you heard through it. Now that I have access to 5 octaves through UAB, I can, or now that the ensemble I'm writing it for has access to those instruments, I can write it in a little bit different of a way. So I'm kind of just going through and changing some stuff that I wish that I had been able to do before with the high school ensemble. For the horn and vibraphone duet, I'm kind of going through processes of listening to different songs that I know that my partner likes, and just checking different things and seeing how well I could interpret those things onto these two instruments that are kind of odd in and of themselves. Vibraphone, I feel, is like vibraphone and marimba are two very easy instruments to kind of put commercial music on. Like if you look at a lot of short form content about people who like play vibraphone and marimba, oftentimes they're not playing a lot of things that are usually done on like in professional settings. They're oftentimes just playing like little arrangements that they made I say arrangements, like they're playing little covers of different songs, like as kind of like just showcasing some stuff about their playing, like. And so I'm kind of looking to, instead of do that, like take some aspects about certain songs that my partner really likes and that both of us really like and bring it all together into it. I like doing stuff with percussion of like using sound effects, because we have a lot of sound effects, like just because of the amount of instruments that are in the percussion family. So like I've thought about like, you can, instead of just having a vibraphone, I could put like a little bass drum next to it, or like that I could occasionally just hit to add like some extra bass to the moment, or to make it a little groovy part. I could like, you could add a cymbal in there. You can, or there's different techniques you can do on the vibraphone. You can bow it with a I do. So like you can do that if you press down hard enough on the middle of a key while bowing it. It goes 2 octaves up. It sounds 2 octaves up. That's a technique that's been used in a couple like extremely advanced pieces. Like, because oftentimes you have to like press, like you have to have a whole hand like pressing down on it while you're bowing it for it to actually sound.
Yeah. And then isn't there one for the lion's roar? Do you know? Not on marimba or vibraphone, but just talking about sound effects.
Yeah, there is an instrument called a lion's roar. It can be done in several different ways. Like, that's also a thing of like you can substitute so many different things of percussion just because they sound somewhere. Like break drums, and there's like sometimes for some reason pieces call for anvils hit by hammers. So
that's an interesting sound.
You know, like there's and you can substitute that by hitting a brake drum, which is a brake drum is literally just a brake. A brake. I believe it's like a brake rotor or something like that taken off of like a truck. It's off of a semi truck.
I personally love that one, to be honest, because I've heard it used in pieces a lot. And there's one industrial like piece that I played at like an All-State.
Yeah, like that's probably
time. That was the coolest. I was
there's some pieces where you're smashing, like there's one where you're smashing bottles. Like there's some crazy stuff that's out there written. Like, so I'm kind of trying to see what I can do to make it a little bit weird. Like,
I love weird.
I'm doing a little bit of. I'm using a little bit of theory. I'm kind of trying to do a little bit of atonal stuff for the piece, even though it'll sound kind of weird. The only thing my partner said was, if it sounds good, do it. That's all.
Can I insert my 2 cents?
Sure.
If you want weird, I had to do this. I did this with a friend recently, which I want to release this. I got to get their permission for this. I want to actually start releasing my music and everything. One of the things that we did was we took a piece, made electronically, added meme sounds.
Oh, I was about to ask you about that composition after the podcast.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. I have the.
I wanted to know how it went.
It was loved.
It
was loved.
That's
all I can say.
My partner probably has a song to show you whenever y'all hang out again at some point. Like, talk to me later about it. I'll get it to you.
Yeah, please do, because I'm like, wait. I'm curious now. So wait, okay.
Definitely. Yeah. So like, I am probably around like halfway done with the French horn and vibraphone thing. I haven't recently been delving too deep into working on the Strasbourg Sanity thing, because there's not really much of a like deadline for it. I want to get the thing to my partner as fast as possible, because I know I'm probably going to make it a little bit challenging. But I want to make sure that I take the time necessary to also like if you ask them, I've asked them so many questions about like French horn stuff that it's probably driven them up the wall several times. Like,
I mean, writing for different instruments is a challenge. I mean, French horn is one of the ones where I get confused as well. Other than percussion, French horn has to be the one that I think I also get confused on. Clarinet, I'm cool. Saxophone, good. Trombone, played it. Know exactly everything about it.
Yeah.
Trumpet, okay. Yeah, it's. I'm not the biggest fan of trumpets, but I think it's just because the high pitch kind of bugs my ears. I have like a thing with my ears. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they just don't like the trumpet sound. It
gets shrill. I'm personally very picky with trumpets, because I'm so used to hearing smooth trumpet players. Like, they know how to play it smoothly. I could probably see if you like them. They're jazz players, and hearing. You may see my eyes twitch when I hear a trumpet player crack their notes, or like I'm just like,
or like going to high note range or something like that. Yeah.
Depending on if it's high note, depending on what the piece is, they're calling for it. But if I'm like hearing a sloppy trumpet sound, I'm just like, trying to be cool. Like, let me not say anything. Yeah. They're practicing, or it's like, listen to a concert, and I'm just like, I know cracks are inevitable. I'm just like, that happens.
It happens.
At the same time, I have to sit on myself like, oops. I have to sit on myself like, don't say anything, right? Be quiet, shut up, because it happens. You squeak sometimes, it happens. So,
yeah. With me, I don't squeak.
You just don't?
No, I love.
You've made the decision not to. Okay, I got you.
Oboes. Okay, let me explain. Oboes don't really squeak, and my
squonk. That's what it is.
We squonk.
Oh yeah, we
quack.
We came back around to it. Yeah.
We don't squeak. We don't squeak like the typical clarinet. We quack. That's kind of our instrument. You're laughing, but you know it's true.
No, it's true.
we go quack. Squeak is kind of like a high pitch, like ouch. And ours is just like we sound bad. We quack. Like
funny enough, I can kind of flex on my squeaks now because I know how to do a controlled squeak where it sounds good. I can say like, oh wait, no, that was a note. This is a squeak. This is a note at this point because I've been learning this now. So I'm just like the altissimo registers and overtones. I'm learning that on clarinet now, and I'm just like, oh, so I can do a controlled squeak basically. All right, so squeaking has been toned down. Controlled squeaking has been going up more often. Regarding compositions, so I know we have to head out soon. One thing I want to ask you this as from a composer. Have you ever had like this feeling of like when you look at your own piece and it's like, maybe I'm just an overthinker, but when you look at a piece and you're just like, is this too simple? Is this too stupidly simple? I need to make this more complicated. Do I need to do this or that?
Oh, dog. Like I think I more often than not have been told to tone stuff down like in my writing than I've had to like beef it up. Like because like Vanta was written originally just as it was because I wanted to kind of make it really easy. I'm pretty sure you got to hear this. And unfortunately I can't plug it finger quotes right now because it's not fully on YouTube yet, but I will get it out probably soon. It's my thing that I wrote for the jazz ensemble like that. I called it Nice. That's what it's called. Because they told us to come up with a meaning for our piece. So I was just like, I'm thinking about something like funky that I listen to like whenever I'm on the way home from like a feel good like performance, because like the first thing that you say to your friends after you get done playing together and it sounded great was nice, right? Nice.
That's nice.
Like yeah. So exactly, we had a bit where we would like count the amount of times that we said nice. like whenever we were like rehearsing or like whenever we were just on stage talking about it. I think in the recital hall whenever we performed it we said it about 8 times.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like combined before and after the show was over, like, and during, so I just called it Nice. I said it was about like whenever I perform with my friends, I really like the feeling of it. And so, on the way home, I listened to funky music. And so I made it about like funky stuff. Like, it originally was like a mixed meter 7/8, like, going into 9/8, like for jazz ensemble, like, and it made sense in my brain because I already had the way that I was thinking about it, like in my head going forward. But like giving it to musicians and like we meet like twice a week for an hour at a time. Like we got other music we got to work on too. Like can't do that, bro.
yeah. It was kind of similar vibes as the oboe intensive camp commissions, but like my problem is I look at my piece and I go, this isn't complicated enough. And then I'm like, oh, someone's silent here. I love silence in compositions. I like not having every instrument play at the same time, but doing that means that a lot of people are going to be bored.
Well, it often just depends on, like, and you're saying that with a percussionist in the room. Like, we are probably the people of, like, I'm not kidding. In Wind Symphony, in the clarinet concerto that we played with our new clarinet professor,
I remember
me and a good buddy of mine, we were playing the mallet percussion parts back there. I played vibraphone, he played marimba on it, and I think we played for the first half of the entire piece, and then we didn't play anymore after that. So it said I'm not kidding. There was at one point. This is not, and this is just by itself. There was a multi-measure rest that said 163 measures of rest.
I've seen parts
as
like
if you're
that.
gonna count that. Like that's one thing I kind of want to be a composer for, is to make sure that I can go into music and make music that I like looking at and that feels good for people to play. Yeah.
And I don't want people to sit there for 103 measures, and
Exactly.
I won't ever have that happen. But I'm even scared of putting like a 5-measure rest in a 3-minute piece, and I feel like people, like, obviously woodwinds have to take breaths and stuff. So I have to give them some rest.
Yeah.
But I also just don't like the feel of having everything, unless it's supposed to be fast and moving. I don't really like the feel and the pace of everyone playing at the same time. Well, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. Please check out the links in the description, and remember, keep listening, keep creating, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye-bye.